I'm going to talk about it. Every single time.
And welcome to Get Enlightened with me, Lauren Scott.
We're back.
We are back. I'm here with Paige for Porch Time with
Paige. We are so fun today. Shit is going to get wild.
We need like an intro for that. Like we need to go real legit and get an intro for Porch Time with Paige.
We totes do.
So I'm actually thinking...
But the giggles, they're really what makes it. Because you look at me, I look at you, and then we start laughing, and we're like, yeah, this is gonna get real.
I'm actually thinking about going more professional on this thing.
Oh,
I mean, not conversation wise, but like,
okay,
but like now that I've kind of got it down, like. Recording wise, like actually doing the intros for everybody, and
then we're gonna be like, do you remember when
we first started?
We used to play the music off of your phone. And then we're going to be like, now we have Gilberto who does it all for us.
It's kind of like growing up when we used to play the music off of our phones for the... Maybe that's why we like it so much, because remember the...
Do you remember when you used to record music
on
a tape from the radio?
Do you remember the voice recordings on your landline, like at your parents' house? And I'd be like, hey, this is the Easterlies. We're not here right now.
Yes. Yes.
That's what this reminds me of.
And now you're like, you don't know what it even sounds like because nobody would ever answer their phone.
I know. I hope y'all liked the episode with Paul. I really liked that one. You know, I've been friends with him for a really long time. It's the one I just put out.
Okay, good. Now I feel bad.
It's called Going For It. Well, I just put it out. You haven't listened to it.
Okay, good.
I
needed that
book.
text
It's really good. She's going to listen to it on her way home.
I am.
But it got me thinking, because I really do... For the ones when I'm interviewing people like on the phone, I just don't like the way that it sounds. Like it sounds like a recording. You know what I mean? Like how ours sounds legit.
That's because we're talking to each other.
But I really can't sit in front of all of my friends all over the world. I just don't have the time. Or,
I mean, don't they want to come and visit you?
No, we're busy people.
That's not the answer. That is not the answer.
Busy.
The answer is the world revolves around Lauren.
No.
It is not heliocentric. It is Lauren-ocentric. So and they would love to come down to Granbury.
Shh! Don't tell people.
Oh wait, you need to delete that.
It's fine.
She doesn't live there, obviously. Why would I say that? That was so stupid.
Let's talk about our birthdays. We had a great birthday. I had a great party.
I did too. I was there.
You were.
I actually left my house. Do you know how much I love you?
I did.
That I actually left.
You were. She did. I do.
I did. And I was like, and everybody was so excited to see me. And I'm like, this is
my God, narcissist. me.
And then I said, this is what happens when you never leave your house for 5 years.
It was fun, though.
I had a great time.
I
loved your friends. It was really nice catching up with everyone.
Pretty much everybody.
That is not true. There was 2 other people and your husband and children, your child and his friend. I knew them. I didn't know anybody else. And I made friends.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool crew. I really like the people that I'm surrounded by right now.
Yeah, they're good people.
In the community, like my little gated community area.
Yeah, it was weird. Neighbors. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, my neighbors are badass.
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean...
They are. I got, lucky on that.
You really did.
I think that was the biggest thing about moving back out to houses that are closer to each other from the ranch that was 100 acres apart. Well... Is that I was worried about neighbors, and both times that we've moved...
They've been baller.
They've been super cool.
They're super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have neighbors. We have chickens.
Yeah, but I like your chickens.
They're amazing.
If you follow us on Instagram,
yeah, you can link to my TikTok,
and you can see her TikTok and see her chickens.
All my chicken videos.
They're amazing, and bee videos.
Yes. My beloved husband does get a cameo every once in a while.
Ooh, let's talk about how gardening is like life.
Oh,
deep thoughts.
I'm so angry at my tomatoes, though, because the weather hasn't been very good.
Oh, I've still got tomatoes coming
well,
in. So
they're still coming. They just
soil.
need to probably. Look, I didn't give a fuck, and I
Well,
think that's
the
probably the problem.
Why are you angry at the tomatoes? So
Because I can't take responsibility for my own problems.
Oh, so see how that's like life?
Yeah, circling back.
You've got to water the seeds to grow and take the responsibility of taking care of those seeds. You can't be pissed off when they don't grow.
I had to well, no, excuses, and more excuses. That's what I have, okay?
Life. Gardening's like life.
Yeah. I just couldn't do it this year.
Except that maybe it shows a little bit faster than us in the regular life. When we make excuses and don't do what we're supposed to, like our plants suffer.
Well, they do. I just wish I cared, but I just don't. And that's maybe the problem too. Is
we have other
I
things
was busy.
going.
I was busy.
What were you busy with, Paige? Well, you have
bees,
I was going to say you have
chickens.
really, really, really good luck with your bees this year.
Yeah, we had a lot, but I mean, we have 22 hives.
So how do you make bees? Like, well, not bees, but how do you?
Well,
like
the bees make the honey.
But like, did you start the hives? Do you like buy the hives? How do you start in the honey business?
You buy the nukes. They call them nukes because they're like mini hives. Basically, they're nuclear. Nuke for short. And so we started off with 4, I think. And my husband did this by himself for probably about 2 or 3 years, and then he developed a bee allergy. So he would get stung a lot, and a lot of beekeepers, they developed bee allergies. So then I became his second fiddle because he needed somebody to be there. And I mainly, here's the deal. I made him take me with him. Okay? I was overbearing, and I was the safety patrol. And I was like, if we're going to do this, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to help you. And so I forced myself into it so he could be safe. But that's marriage.
What a good wife.
See? There you go. And he puts up with me. And
he's a good man.
Yeah, he really is. I was really lucky. Like my brother said, I only had to make one good choice in life. And he was it. So that's all.
Oh, I feel the same way.
Yeah. So anyway,
back to the bees.
Back to the bees. So you buy your bees, and now we buy queens and we buy nukes every year.
Where do you buy bees at? Like on Amazon?
No, there's beekeepers around. We buy them from our weaver in Navasota because they're nice.
How much do you pay for a bee?
A nuke, they're like $250, but a queen can be $10 to $20. So we get them shipped in. So we'll go down to the post office and we'll pick up 8 to 10 queens, and they very gently hand it to us.
Like, do they come in a box?
I'm trying to show you in my hands, but they can't see it. But they're about 2 inches. It looks like a matchbox, kind of like the bigger ones. So they're probably about 2-3 inches long and about 1 inch wide. And there'll be a queen on the inside with a sugar cube so they can eat it, and 3 or 4 other nurse bees to keep them company. And then you have to split the hives out. It's actually like a big thing because every year we split them each hive to 2 or 3, and then you put a new queen in because they'd only live, I don't know, 3-4 years, something like that.
And you wear your whole like little outfit.
Yeah, because you don't
want to get stung.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's not a thing I'm going to be doing because we had bad queens. Well, they're not bad because you're not supposed to call them aggressive and you're not supposed to call them bad, but they are aggressive, okay? And they are bad.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're a little pissed off.
They're a little pissed off.
Go
We had them dive bomb us. Some of these bees,
Oh.
the ones we have nice, they're nice. So you go and you work them, and then they're going to spin around you. If you want to look at my videos, it's Chicky Bee Yogi on TikTok, and there's actually some close-up bee videos in there so you can see each of them. So now if we open it up, they're going to spin around you, kind of checking out to see, but they won't dive bomb you. The ones that we had are more aggressive, okay? And they would come out of the hive like you would imagine, like the video from, I don't know, like the bee video, where they're like booties down and they're like
ready to come.
Dude, 500.
Ready to sting.
500 of them coming at you, and you can feel them pink you because they'll come and then they'll just pink, tink, tink all over your suit.
So, hang on. Are bees like wasps? Once they sting you, they die?
Yes.
Okay.
So we would have to dive bomb into the woods because they can't find you in the woods.
Yeah.
Because of all the trees and whatnots.
Yeah.
So my husband and I are like, holy shit balls. Next thing you know, we're in our like giant marshmallow outfits running into the woods.
People around you probably thought UFO.
I know. Well, you know, our property is down by the highway, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we changed into
And we live by a nuclear plant.
Yeah,
guys,
we
so-
knew. Okay. So they're like, what are these crazy people doing?
Nukes. We're
And
gonna
then,
nuke.
yeah. So, you know, we're changing into our outfits and then we drive off into the woods. But it's much better now.
How long does it take the whole process? Like, you get the bee, you start the hive, they start doing the honey, and I guess it's local honey because they're getting their pollen from local.
It's a 3-mile radius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is good for allergies. I know that because that was one of the things. My son was early and he has asthma.
It actually
And
really is.
it really
Yeah.
is one of the things that helps with like local allergies.
Yeah.
How long does that whole process take, and how many things of honey do you get off of each hive?
Well, it takes about a year
No.
to get your hives into any spot where they're even able to like harvest the honey, because you start off with nothing and then they use their resources to build the comb, and then after they use their resources to build the comb, then they start storing nectar and pollen and the brood.
How long does
eggs.
I've always wondered this. How long does the comb, like, how long does it take them to build that? Because you know, some houses you'll see like combs that are huge.
Well, it just depends, one, what time of year it is. Because if they're out flying, then they're going to be taking the nectar and the pollen and putting it away. So during the winter, they end up kind of dying off. And then, because it's the natural cycle of things.
Yeah.
And then during the spring, they build up their comb. So we've had them build a whole side in like a week.
Oh,
because
wow.
we check them once a week. And then during the winter, it's once every other week. But it just really kind of depends on how fast they like to work, what are they doing, because some of them like to do a lot of honey, some of them like to bring in a lot of pollen, and then you always have your brood. Those are your eggs. That's kind of like in the middle. So each bee has a different thing that they're doing, a little different job. But it's
so cool.
it's fascinating. I never knew that I would know so much about these things.
Yeah, but it's really cool.
Well, and it's neat because my husband makes his own queens. So he'll take queen, like he'll have, it's like little alien pods, because there's this whole extra rack that you put in there. So he'll take a cell, like a little, they have like teeny tiny seashells. They look like little baby seas.
Yeah.
So that's what happens in the very beginning. And he'll take one of those and stick it up in like a circle. And the circle is on the bottom of the rack. And then from that, the queen will grow. So we take those queens and transplant them into the nukes that we split out of all of our stuff. And then we have a brand new queen comes out. But it's so cool because you'll see the queen caps.
Yeah.
And then because they'll kill their own queens because they die off and they'll repopulate.
That's just way cool.
It's really cool.
And then, okay, so once you get, like, how do you know how much honey you have? Or is it just kind of a...
We harvest once a year. We got 250 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 2 of me.
That's insane.
Literally 2 of me.
And what's your ROI on that?
Basically, we're doing it mainly for, okay, here's the deal. Beekeeping is a rich man's sport. Okay?
Yeah.
So we've been doing it for 6 years. It really is, because there's a lot
investment.
Yes. So we're finally getting to where we're breaking even, and we get like $4,000 worth of sales.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, because it pays for itself, and that's kind of what I wanted.
That's the whole point.
It's like my husband's hobby,
it pays for y'all to have.
Well, we get our ag exemption.
Yeah, your ag exemption, your own honey. You're selling it, making a profit at all is amazing.
And I get the social cachet of having honey.
Which around here, like,
it's actually a big deal.
It's actually a big deal.
It's actually a big deal.
Honey. We'd be living in the country still, guys.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm country, like farmer.
I'm not really anymore, but I am.
Well,
I have my gardens.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's actually fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot more work than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, how much work is it? How many hours a week or month or year do you think you put into it? Or all 3?
We work 2 hours every Sunday. At least.
During high season?
Like all the time.
Oh, really?
All the time. And then every
even
single...
in the winter?
Uh-huh. You still have to feed them, and you put pollen out there. And then if they die, you have to remove them. And it's just constant. And then during the honey flow, honey flow is whenever the bees actually start coming in and depositing the nectar and making the honey. It's even longer, because you have to make sure that the queen isn't in with your honey, and you're putting all the extra boxes on, because if they don't have enough room, then they fly away. So it's not like chickens. Like, I have like 30 chickens, right?
Yeah.
And they're great. They just peck around, and then they give me breakfast.
Yeah.
And then they star in my TikToks, right? Okay,
I wonder if they know how famous they are.
I don't know, but I'm like, all these I don't know. I was gonna drop this. It's just really sweet. This lady, I assume it's who she says she is. She said how great it was and how much of a blessing this video was in her life, because she needed some TikToks. She needed chicken talk in her life.
It's a thing.
It is.
Are there other people with chickens on Chicken Talk?
A lot. There's Chicken Talk's like a thing.
I'm gonna check it out,
dude. My favorite part is the chicken video. They got the most traction. Okay, it's 26 likes. It's not like I'm breaking the internet or anything. Okay.
Woo! Social influencer.
I'm telling you,
we're gonna get sponsored by what's that?
Purina
Tractor Supply.
Yeah. Ooh, if I could get me some Tractor Supply, I would be the crazy chicken lady they already think I am.
Shout out to Tractor Supply.
We have a TSC, baby.
Sponsorship opportunity.
TSC. I need those likes and ads. Sponsor me. That is where I get my chickens anyway. Focusing. I don't know. The thought went away.
And gone.
Into the ether.
Okay, so the garden, you just got tomatoes going. You want to hear a garden story?
Yes.
The other day, my husband, my sweet, sweet love of a husband, decided that he was going to come out. I think I was meditating. He was going to clean up my bushes because, my above ground, I'm transferring it to fall garden. So lettuce, tomatoes, carrots, and potatoes.
Do beets.
No, I don't like beets.
Oh, God.
I have those in the community garden if Sean ever needs them. Anyways, back to the story, Paige.
Sorry.
Red.
Narcissist. I top from bottom.
He decides, because he learned that, like, you've got to clean up the tomato bushes, right? Keep them keep the dead leaves off of them. You clip them quite a bit so they grow up and,
Yes.
still producing. I'm still producing tomatoes as of right now. So right now I have left tomatoes, zucchini, and okra. Mm-hmm. And it's on one side. I've taken out my lemongrass and replanted it, gotten everything ready for the fall. And he's like so excited because he's like, look, babe, I cleaned out your tomato bushes. And as he's holding it up, I noticed that he has my zucchini bush that has been growing by my tomato bush, and it looks dead, but it's not because it has a whole leg that's still growing, mm-hmm. right? And I have like 3 zucchinis over by my okra, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you just pulled out my zucchini bush. It is not dead, babe. And he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, stay in your lane, baby. I don't cook. You stay in the kitchen. The only thing I got to give around here is my garden.
In the kitchen.
This is my garden, and you just wasted 3 zucchinis. You are not allowed to pick.
I do the chores outside. You stay in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's totally different than most around here, but whatever.
It's
Works
fine. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
He felt so bad. God bless it. Oh, man.
That's
He's
what
like,
happens.
no, babe, it was dead. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
Nope.
Do you see this part of the zucchini?
Nope. No good deed goes unpunished.
So now I'm down to tomatoes and okra.
So I have tomatoes, and then I have cantaloupes. My okra didn't do anything. But, again, I didn't care.
Okra went crazy. Cantaloupe went crazy for a little bit, but then it got really, like, that last week where it was, like, really, really hot. And I don't think, even though, I don't know what I did, but it was gone. Like, I got 2 big ones out of the, like, regular garden, but that was it. I expected to get a little bit more, actually, but
mine were doing pretty good until these little baby caterpillars got them.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. That happened to my Brussels sprouts too. What are those little green things?
I don't know. I got really angry.
Dude, they kill things. Like, when they're there, they take over fast.
Yeah. And then I took mine and I threw them over the fence, and the chickens ate them.
Oh, that's good.
So I was less angry. But
I threw mine over the fence too, but I don't know if any chickens ate them because I don't have chickens, but the deer probably did.
Deer probably enjoyed it. And I'm sure your neighbors love the deer.
Speaking of deer, I have 2 huge bucks I live in a gated community that has deer that's like dogs.
Yeah, they are.
And they just lay in your yard. And I took a picture the other day on my Instagram, and my friend who's a huge hunter was like, oh my gosh, I'm coming to your house. I'm like, oh, sorry, bro, you can't hunt around here. That's why they're like dogs.
We don't do that here.
No. You got to go out to the country.
My brother said he was going to do that from my backyard because we used to have deer that came up to the back fence.
Yeah, but they're like our pets.
And I was like, you are not allowed to cap anything.
Like, they play with my dog.
You cannot sit in my kitchen and shoot a deer through the what are those things called?
Get your own hunting
gun.
place.
I'm like, no.
Does your husband hunt?
No. He doesn't want to have to do anything with it.
It's a lot of work.
It's the death thing.
Yeah.
Look, I had to butcher some chickens, and it was. Did
you eat them?
No, it was catastrophic to my mental health.
Did you rip their head off?
There's a killing cone that you have to have, or it makes it, yes, your face, exactly.
Oh.
So we put them in the killing cone, and then, is this your trigger warning? And we were going to butcher them. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And my heart was just not in it.
Yeah, that's my thing. I can't either. I mean, if you hunt, whatever.
That's not my business.
I totally understand the hunting and the gathering, but I
couldn't do it.
I can't.
I'm too much of a delicate flower.
Yeah.
And
like,
that was whenever.
Can I send its energy off with peace?
Yes. Basically. I'm like,
I don't want to traumatize the damn
I'm
deer.
sorry.
I know.
I just can't have 12 roosters.
You see my ass out there, hands-on healing.
I know. Well, and I looked at my husband and I said, because this was at the time where I had an incubator. So I was incubating and raising my own chickens. Because we do that in the country, right? Yeah. because you're like, I wonder what this is going to look like.
I never did it, and I wish I would have at the ranch, but I never did it.
It's so fun. I have actually one hen that went broody, and I'm going to see if she's going to actually hatch her chicks, because last time they got rotten and freaking exploded.
Ew.
Yeah, ew.
Like the chicken did?
Like the eggs.
Ew.
20 rotten eggs.
Oh, that's bad.
I walked into the coop and I was
how
like,
do you
this
get
is even worse.
Do they lay them rotten?
No, they just never fertilized or something.
Oh, gotcha.
But the chick.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. It'll pritzel my brain. What if we say the primordial ooze, and maybe they just develop separately along different timelines?
And then they timeline quantum leaped
Yes.
to be a chicken and an egg?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know.
I feel like it sounds legit.
Yeah. I mean, look, if we can say enough words and throw them all together.
We sound legit.
Yeah. They're like, she totes knows.
And that's how we think about life and gardening.
Yeah. When are we going to get that video so they can see our funny faces?
Oh, God. Okay, so we have to shout out to the shake plates. So I don't know.
Oh, my God.
This is totally not from gardening. But today's episode, I wanted to have a little fun because we're in the middle of election season. And I don't want to talk about elections.
No, we can't.
I'm going to talk about the chaos that's happening around the world. I just want to talk fun and maybe lighten everybody's load a little bit as you listen to this. So back to the shake plate. So on TikTok, I'm sure if you're on there, you've seen all these women that stand on these shake plates and shake, and they're vibration machines. And I used to have one that I did when I was like with Planet Beach or whatever. You know, you stood up and I was like, wow, that actually kind of works. And I asked my chiropractor if they're good, and he said, or not my chiropractor, it was Kaylee, my massage therapist. And she's like, actually, it's really good for like lymphatic drainage. And it can, I mean, I don't know if it's like running an hour, like what they say, for 20 minutes, but who cares, right? It's helping with my lymphatic drainage. And I've put it into my routine, and I'm down 8 pounds. So
proud of you.
I'm feeling good.
Woo!
So I'm telling Paige about this on the phone, but she thinks that I'm talking about like making shakes.
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm
because
like, yeah, I was on my shake
my
machine.
TikTok is not that TikTok. My TikTok is cheaters and Reddit stories.
Okay, back to my story.
And a chicken. See, I topped from bottom again.
So back to the shake plate. So I go over to my friend Nikki's, who gets one off of TikTok, and I like did hers, and I'm like, oh my God, I need one of these. Yeah, it makes me feel like I need to pee a little bit, but that's
that's your lymphatic drainage.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
Drainage, but
it's some kind of drainage. Your kidneys are working.
Kidneys are working. So Sean surprised me for my birthday and got me one. And I've been doing it, and it's been cool. And then Paige came over, and y'all have to go check out my story when we're putting this out.
Yeah, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
She's doing yoga moves on it while
I thought you were talking about smoothies, like shakes. And I was like, what do you mean you did your shake? And then she points over here, and it's kind of like hidden behind her sofa. And I was like, holy shit balls, I need to try this out.
I was all shaking, watching The Real Housewives of New York City.
Well, we won't talk about that later. But and then I have to stand on it, and I was like, this is the funnest fucking thing I've ever seen. And then she's like, I can do squats on it. And I was like, there's a giant crystal behind my giant culo. I can't do squats on this thing right now. And then we have to move it over into a safe area, so in case I like bust some ass, I won't hurt somebody's shit. But it is fun.
You did the crow. What else did you do?
I did. It's a one-armed peacock.
Oh yeah, the one-armed peacock.
Yeah, I didn't do crow.
You'll see her like, oh no, you did peacock, and then and then she did like the little balance, like all the way around from the back.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like
I like to
have the airplane.
This is what I do. Okay, if you want to know like random shit I do at the gym during my sets, I will do standing knee bend, and then we twist that out to an open big toe pose, and then you spiral that all the way out to a half moon, and then you kick your leg back to a warrior 3.
So that's basically what she did.
That's what I did. That's my favorite thing to do. And then I thought I brought it forward, and I tried to do a pistol squat, but I can't really do a pistol squat because I have old lady knees, and we're not going to talk about those.
On the shake machine.
On the shake machine. Because she's
but
like,
you nailed it.
Yeah, I did. So there's that. Go me. Woohoo. Me. See, I'm taking over Lauren's story again. I don't know why she wants me as her second fiddle.
Okay. That's not true. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yawn.
Because I'm this is number energy. 2? This is the second recording in a row where I'm so boring that she has to start yawning.
That's not true.
Oh my God, we're fighting. True. Can we fake fight, please?
Anyways, back to gardening.
Yeah, back to gardening and rewind. But
did you say you were doing a fall garden or no?
No, I'm overwhelmed. My tomatoes are actually just now going. So I have...
You'll probably have them through the first freeze.
I think so. My problem last year is the weather got too cold and they just stayed green. Yeah. And then I'm going to be done with all of that, and we're going to ratchet down the...
Just FYI, you know, if they stay green, you can put them into a brown paper bag and seal it for a week, and that'll ripen them up.
Do you know you can also make green tomato mincemeat?
No, but I like fried green tomatoes.
I want to do that. But these are these specialty tomatoes that I got that are supposed to be great for tomato pasta stuff. And I really, really want them.
Oh, hey, shout out where you can get your honey. For those that are local.
We sell it at the pharmacy, Pharmacy. It's called Surly, Surly. Apiaries. It's in a little squeeze bottle.
How did you get the name?
That is my husband. Surly means snarky. And a foul disposition.
So you make snarky honey? I like it.
That's what he wanted to call our name.
What's so funny is that I have a little bit on my tongue every morning to help with the sweetness that's coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
That's also a little magic spell you can do in the morning. Guys, ladies, girls.
I put honey on my oatmeal every morning.
With the intention, because we all know that all magic is the intention. So you put a little honey for sweetness with your words for the day.
Maybe I need to start doing that. Maybe I need to just pour some honey all over me.
Shower?
Yeah. That's what I need to do.
Well,
I need to actually be more intentional, I think. I need to focus and be more intentional because
maybe that's a good thing to start right now during this chaotic season, is really being more intentional with our thoughts and our words and listening to our bodies.
I need to do that too, and
focus on that instead of fighting outwardly on things that we have no control over.
I did have to I had to tell myself that I have no control over much of anything except for the things that are going in my mind and the things that I'm allowing myself to be bothered by.
What a good girl.
I did.
You're
I tried.
Learning.
I tried.
See?
I tried.
Gardening teaches us all the life lessons.
It does.
It does. I'm telling you, the older people have it figured out. Now we are considered old. It's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, I am 46.
But we now have it figured out. We get up. We have our morning coffee. We do our little yoga and meditation. We talk and take care of our plants and children. We're in bed by 9 o'clock. And then we do it all over again. Life is great.
Yeah. I actually like it now.
Yeah, me too.
People say something to me, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
I'm just going to go talk to my plants.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to go record some chicken videos.
So if you're going through a chaotic time, guys, remember, we're all there
chicken
together.
Videos.
Watch the chicken videos. Bring some joy to your life.
Do not pick the live zucchinis, though.
Do not pick the live zucchini plants.
Check the end of the vine.
That's your life lesson.
That's your life lesson. Check the end of the vine before you pull it out.
All right, guys, join us next week. We have Dr. Heather Buckley will be back on.
She's so great.
We will be doing a guided meditation. She'll be leading it. So I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about that too.
If you haven't checked out my friend Paul's, go check his out. He just wrote a book. He's a father, a TV host with Drew Pearson. You can catch him on a lot of different things. Then he has a book called Going
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to listen to
it. Hail Mary, I think, is their show. I think it's on Fox. Don't quote me for that. But go check out that episode because you can hear all the things. And then... let's see, who do I have? Ooh, I have my beautiful friend Kate, who is also an author, but she's a spiritual book author. She's doing angel magic, talking about angel magic, and she just started her podcast, which I'm going to be on. So she'll be on
cross promotion
this coming up month as well. So we got a lot of good things going with.
That's exciting.
Enlightened. Yes. Well, we're also going to start doing more things like the shake plate and like
oh my god, can we?
And like
oh my god,
back with like real reviews.
Okay, so real reviews.
Yes.
Okay.
Real reviews of like actual stuff.
I love that shaky thing,
and some things that don't. You know?
I really had no idea that you didn't get yourself a smoothie machine.
Yeah,
I genuinely thought you got a new smoothie machine, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm sure my brain, my eyes were like, "What do you mean?
You mean you're making something?
What do you?
You're making something in the kitchen?"
I was like, "Well, you're starting off the day perfectly. A shake is great for you. I mean, come on." But this kind of shake is even better, I guess. I don't know, but I want one just because I think it's so much fun.
It is really cool. They're really cool.
And my
They're
quads,
like the thing right now,
they were banging.
TikTok.
They just kept on shaking.
It just keeps on shaking.
It just shaking. I was like, oh my god, how many?
Of course, we're not doctors, so
we are not medical professionals.
Ask your physicians and your medical professionals if you're allowed to use them before using them. But
yeah, do all the things you know you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't know shit about shit.
I'm just a yoga teacher.
We're just here.
I'm just here. I'm just playing. I'm just seeing what I can do.
Raw dogging life.
I'm raw dogging life. Okay. I'm just here on coffee and chaos and cardio. Okay? Don't fucking ask me shit.
Stay out of the chaos. Keep your vibe high. Meditate. Yeah. Go to the garden. Walk your dog. Go to nature. Stay off of the internet. And
ooh, no internet.
Thanks for listening to us.
Peace out, homes.
Porch Time with Paige. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Lauren.
And thanks for listening to Get Enlightened with me, Lauren Scott.
Bye-bye.
Peace.